Welcome to a victorious episode of Arkansas Basketball Recap as we recap the Arkansas Razorbacks 89-80 victory over the Louisville Cardinals. Man, what a great night it is to be a hog. Great first half. Trevor in Brazil comes out just like I'm the best player on the floor. I know everyone's been talking about this battle of freshmen or whatever, but hey, I'm actually the best NBA prospect that you've seen on this court. Sprains an ankle. I think you could tell the second half wasn't exactly the same, but had the fight and played through it anyway. Ended up playing 32 minutes, and did a lot of good things, even though I think his burst and stuff wasn't quite there. Uh, the Hogs made me nervous. They got a huge lead. I think they were up by uh, as much as 18 or 19. I think it was 18 at the half. And I knew there was a run coming. I'd know. I mean, it's number 6 team in the country. They're 7-0. We weren't going to beat them by 40. I knew that, and so like there was a run coming, and you might have some concerns about it, but the Razorbacks at halftime were on pace to score 90 points. They scored 89 points. So it wasn't like they had just like this massive offensive fall off. They did the same thing. They even started making shots. They weren't going to shoot that bad forever.
hmm
But the encouraging thing, I think, and we can criticize some things if we want to. I think this is going to be mostly positive show. The really good thing is that you knew a run was coming. It came. It was a big run. It was a heavy, uh, punch that they threw back. And finally Arkansas withstood it, like they withstood it. And then, I think it got down to, I think the closest it was 4. They ended up winning by 9. And so they took that hit and bounced back and finished the game off. And one of the things you gotta love is that Arkansas comes in here and out rebounds Louisville by 10. And you love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not going to complain about anything to do with this game. I mean, there's definitely still things to complain about, but we needed a win bad, and we needed a good win badly. And
And I ain't gonna, and the effort was there. I mean, as far as like some of the things that we were kind of criticizing, not effort, but just, I mean, the defense was better, but you're getting smoked on the glass game after game. You're like, there's something there. And from the jump, I thought like the effort, like the fight was at a very high level.
yeah, well, that's what I was going to say is they still took and made and missed. They took a lot of tough shots, a lot of what I would call probably ill-advised, but it's so hard because they make a lot of them. So you're like, I'm always thinking, well, you can get a better shot than that. I mean, if you're capable of making that shot, you can.
Maybe
Am I free?
there's a shot
Yeah,
clock. Maybe you can, maybe you can't,
yeah,
right?
yeah. But dude, the thing definitely was just the effort. I mean, the difference to me between the first half and the second half of this game was the energy of the crowd. Louisville got their slumpy shoulders, and we got our puffed out chest, and we were playing with energy that we haven't seen from this team before. And in the first half, it was easy because we were playing like that and Louisville wasn't, and we were just grabbing everything from them.
Mm.
And there was a few times where I would even say like we got a couple of bounces. Like sometimes the ball came off the rim and just like went like a bullet towards one of our guys' arms, and they just had to like reach their hand out and grab it. But they're still in position. They were
Mm.
and there was a couple of times where they actually weren't even in that great of a position. They were just kind of down there. But Louisville wasn't boxing out. Like if I was a Louisville fan, I'd be freaking out because that was the difference in that first game, um, or that first half. And in the second half, it's just that our guys kept doing it. It's just Louisville started doing it too,
Yeah,
and
I
then
didn't,
it
I didn't
became
think I didn't think it was like Arkansas let go of the rope or anything like that. That's not what it looked like. It's
no. I
Louisville.
mean,
Louisville's
Louisville
good,
definitely
and they were gonna.
they definitely started to shoot a little bit better. I mean, they hit some crazy threes, and but the main thing was the first half we punched them in the face. The second half it was a war.
Yeah,
There was, I
yeah,
mean, and we were still, but the main thing, I mean, and I'm sure Cal's going to say this, but like, guys, if you play like that, if they didn't play like that the entire time, every one of those balls that Ewing got his hand on and got fouled and went to the free throw line to just stay that lead. It's like 6 points. Now it's 8 points. And then they go down and they score. It's like, come back. Brazil tips it. Ewing gets the hand on it, kick it back out, or Billy gets fouled. It's like, if you don't play with that kind of energy the whole game, you lose this game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, and the thing is, if you played like with this energy, you'd have beat Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, Michigan State looks awesome. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
we,
yeah.
I mean, we might have got our best shot of anyone to beat that team because they had a bad shooting night. Now, maybe we had something to do with that, but they had a bad shooting night that night. But we played that team to within 3. They're kicking everyone's ass up and down the court since us. You know what I mean? But it's like, the thing that was frustrating about that is, like, we were in that game and we had an opportunity to win it. And if you had played with this effort the whole game, you not only would have probably won that game, but based on the way that they shot and stuff, you might have won that game by 10.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you would have beat Duke, but you would have had a shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you would have had a shot at Duke if you had played like that. That's why you have to play with that kind of energy the whole game, because these are good teams. And if you want to beat good teams, you can't. I mean, it's like guys think, because sometimes you just have awesome offensive nights where all the ball drops in. It's like, well, if we do that, then we don't have to play with maximum effort. And that's true. But that's like trying to win the lottery. Like, that's like, you want to get lucky? Yeah, you might get lucky. They might have a bad shooting night. You might have a good shooting night. Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably it's going to come down to the little things. It's going to come down to the fundamentals. It's going to come down to getting 10. If you don't get all 10 of those, I mean, if you only get 5 of those, you probably lose this game.
Yeah.
Because in the second half, they were scoring every time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not every time, but a lot.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought that, and if you look at the offensive rebounds as well, like, so offensive rebounds, we had 18 offensive rebounds. That's fantastic, dude. Like, I mean, give it to me. Like that's a game.
How many points did we have on those?
I don't have that. I don't have that in front of me, but I mean, a lot.
Especially if you count getting fouled on the attempted put back and then hitting a good amount of those free throws.
We had more offensive rebounds than they had offensive rebounds. We had more defensive rebounds than they had defensive rebounds. And dude, I'm telling you, you win games that way. You know what also getting offensive rebounds results in a lot of times? Going to the free throw line. I mean, if you want to know that, like, these numbers are very similar. Like, we shot 42%, they shot 41%. They made 8 threes, we made 6 threes.
They shot a million more than we did, but
we shot 33%. We shot 6 of 18. They shot 8 of 37. 22% is a lot of threes. That's what they do. But here's what it comes down to is they shot 78% from the foul line, and we shot 77%. And you're like, okay, that's a wash. Yeah, except for they shot 18 free throws and we shot 35.
Mm-hmm.
And what that is that's offensive rebounds and going to the basket. Like, that's what it is. It's driving to and they were driving too, but they just fouled more than we did on those drives. And a lot of those are the offensive rebounds. So you get an offensive rebound, you got a decent shot at getting fouled if you go back up with that thing. And
half of Ewing's points or more must have come from the free throw line.
Yeah, so you, dude, good job, hey, Ewing. Did you like that? I know we did this with I think with one of Brazil last year. Hey, did you like that? Because I did. Let's do that.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was so different. The amount of effort was crazy. Like the difference between him like watching a ball kind of dribble past his knees and go, oh, while somebody else dives on it, versus there was that one play where he didn't have great position, but just stretched and pushed and tipped the ball and then tipped it again and then went and hunted it down and grabbed it in the corner and then was falling out of bounds and threw it off somebody. Yeah, it's like, what is that about? Like, dude, you're gonna get lots of minutes doing that.
Yeah, well, so Ewing ends up with 12 points. It was 6 of 8 from the free throw line. So yeah, half his points from the free throw line. But dude, 18 minutes. Ewing, you want to get on the floor a whole bunch more? Ewing plays 18 minutes. 12 points, 9 rebounds. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like, you're going to get a rebound every 2 minutes you're out there. You're going to play more. That's what's going to happen. Like,
yeah, he was just flat better than Pringle tonight.
Yeah.
And Pringle wasn't bad, but he just was, in that second half, he was just gobbling up everything.
Yeah, dude, do that, dude. Do that. And dude, we got to give the props out though. Dude, Brazil came out like a man on a mission, dude. I mean,
Hmm.
Brazil, and he got hurt, and but I still thought he played good the second half. Like he was still flying around. I mean, he had that block. He was like getting his hand on balls and stuff. Like
Well,
he
and
was
I
still,
would
the
say
effort
that
was
block
there.
is underrated because, well, I mean, one, it's an awesome block, but he got hurt contesting a similar dunk that he got posterized on. And by the way, that was a malicious dunk that
Yeah,
guy did. And I was for a second I thought Brazil really hurt himself because I mean whenever you sprain your ankle where your toe
yeah,
is high pointed, a lot of times those are those high ankle sprains,
yeah.
and I was like, oh my god, like we can't. This is not what we need. But for him to off of that injury on the same kind of play go up and contest a bigger guy and have to high point it where it's like I got to jump all of my jumps, and so I'm hoping this ankle doesn't explode on me when I land. And I mean, I give him credit for that because that was fearless. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I
And
mean, yeah, but I mean, Brazil finishes with 21 in this game. He had 15 in the first half, but he was just aggressive. You know, he only had, it was weird. I thought he had more than this. He only had 5 rebounds, but he was getting his hand on all kinds of stuff. He was tipping stuff out of there. Like, I mean, it those 5 rebounds are like not. He would have had, it's actually low for how much effort he was putting in. Like he was really trying to board.
mhm.
And so I thought,
And he did get his, like you said, him and Billy both. They didn't have as many rebounds, but they swatted their hands on a couple that ended up
mm,
in either Knox or Acuff or sometimes Ewing's hands.
yeah, yeah. Dude, I mean, it's kind of strange. You have Brazil played good. I mean, A Cup finishes with 17 points, 10 assists. I mean, he was pretty great. I mean, and down the stretch, they could not stay in front of him. I mean, he was just getting to the bucket over and over and making tough shots, absorbing contact. I mean,
Yeah, Acuff. I mean, I think Brazil because of his numbers and what he did, like he was probably player of the game. But Acuff was also, I mean, for the amount of time that he has the ball in his hands and the amount of pressure that he has to constantly
yeah.
get away from, or they pressure and he'll just get to one corner and then reset it. Like he's just constantly having to. And how many turnovers did he have?
Probably too many, but he had 4. But it's not bad if you have 10 assists. You can have 4 turnovers if you have 10 assists,
And
dude.
again, yeah, I mean, like I said, and he had the ball in his hand a lot, and that one was, I mean, honestly, that was stupid and knuckleheaded to not realize that Brazil had already dribbled the ball for 3 seconds and you
Yeah,
can't go backwards. But also, I kind of blame the coaching staff a little bit. Like, you got to notice that too and call timeout.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
But yeah, he was great. I thought that Richmond was good. I thought Billy was good. Billy did a lot of really good things.
Billy was Billy. He made
Yeah.
some boneheaded mistakes. He got too fast a couple of times, and then he also ripped a rebound down and ran all the way down the court and just dunked it. And I'm like, how does that happen? How does a
Yeah,
guy pull a rebound off the rim and literally just run down the court and dunk it on the other end? It makes no sense.
just run by everybody with
Yeah,
the ball in your hands.
everybody's like, oh, that guy's going to get him. Somebody else is going to get that guy. He's a blur. So I'm sure someone's back there. Nope.
Yeah, no, but I thought Billy played 27 minutes this game. And then you had Malik Thomas. I mean, Malik Thomas gets you 17. He's always going to get you at least 5 rebounds. He does. He turns the ball over exactly 0 times. Malik Thomas. I tell you what, dude. Malik Thomas might be like that dude is a tough shot maker. Let me tell you, like that dude will
I'm still
drop.
waiting. Dude, I told you this when we first saw him. He's going to have a game where he has over 30, where he hits like 8 threes.
Yeah.
He hadn't even had a good 3-point shooting game yet. But like, he was important during that time when we were
Mhm.
trying to, where they were coming back. I don't know what it is, like if it's his release point or what, but I never think those shots are going in.
No, and they're usually like freaking bottom of the net too, dude. They don't
I
no
know
rim.
he'll be at a very strange angle where you can't use the glass, but it's not. I mean, and then he'll be leaning back with one leg up and release it at a weird point. And I'm like, well, what is that? And then just chonk.
Well, dude, there was that one play where he had a give and go with Billy, where like he threw it to Billy and just immediately cut. And I mean, Billy like boomerang that thing. But I mean, that thing barely touched Billy's hand. It was bad too. And he was like, catch, floater. I mean, like he was shooting it as he caught it. And you're just like, what is that? Like, what is that? Like, that's a ridiculous shot, man. Acuff made some absurd shots. He made, I mean, some of those were tough. I mean, those two guys they make tough shots, dude. I mean, it's, I mean, that is a bummer if you're playing those guys and you're playing because you can play really good D on those dudes for 24 seconds and they might throw something up and there's a decent chance of going in. Uh, One of the things that was weird, like so, I mean, DJ Wagner only played 19 minutes this game, but and he had 5 points, but I thought he was fine, like in the time he was out there.
Yeah,
He
I feel a little bit bad for DJ right now because Acuff is just doing all the things that he does, but he's just so much more potent offensively that. And then I think Cal is having a hard time like figuring out because it feels like if he puts Wagner and Acuff in together, then you're a little bit small
yeah,
defensively, and it kind of gets Acuff out of rhythm, and you need him in rhythm. And then if you play him in lieu of Billy, you lose rebounding. Not that Wagner's not going to try to rebound, but like he's just not this. I mean, this is not the
yeah,
same.
yeah.
So he's like having a hard time figuring out when he can play Wagner. You know
Listen,
what I
man,
mean? And
If Wagner can accept, I mean, Wagner's still starting, and they're on the floor and they're going to play. I mean, obviously they're on the floor some together. I mean, Wagner plays 19 minutes and Acuff plays 36. I mean, they weren't a direct sub for each other, obviously, but I think that if Wagner's like, hey man, just like keep working on it and whatever. But if he can be all right with playing half the game, playing 20 minutes a game and stuff. And he's still really important. You got to have him. You need him on the to give you those minutes. Then I mean, props to him if he doesn't seem like he has a bad attitude about it or anything like that. So that's good. The thing that's weird, dude, is so Carter Knox, who plays 21 minutes, is at five points, 5 rebounds. And I thought he was like aggressive at times and did some and the effort was there. But what is interesting is that Knox, so Knox starts at like the three basically at that wing spot. Knox played 21 minutes. Billy Richmond played 27. And I do wonder is if you are going to start seeing that happen more.
yeah, I thought too. I thought Knox did look, especially in the first half, like he was sticking his nose in there. You could tell he wants to have a game, and
Hmm.
he was trying harder. It's just, I mean, I don't know what it is. Offense, he cannot find the rhythm when he starts dribbling.
Hmm.
He's constantly like when he picks the ball up, he is not in a good place to finish. You know what I mean? He's taking weird, and he's not making his weird off balance shots
Yeah.
like Malik and Acuff are.
And
So yeah, I mean,
he's not I mean, Knox isn't a bad defender, but he's not the defender that Billy is.
mhm.
He doesn't bring the same thing that Billy does. And I get it, man. I'm not surprised that the last few games that Billy, that Carter has started games, but Billy's finished them. That's not that surprising to me. I mean, I don't know if it is to you, but that doesn't surprise me that much. Trying to get stops,
Mhm.
Billy's the guy that you got Malik out there and Acuff out there. You're not worried about how much offense can Billy give me. He's out there doing other stuff. So,
Well, and
uh,
with Brazil shooting threes too, because like the one thing you could say that Knox definitely theoretically could bring out there is to stretch the floor
mm,
a little bit more efficiently than Billy, although Billy's been shooting okay. But you assume Knox can when he if
yeah.
he especially if he gets it going, he can fill it up from he can hit 3 or 4 threes. But if you take away the aggressive and the defense that Billy gets, it's like you also, I mean, like I said, you have Acuff that can shoot threes. You have, I mean, you have, and you have your other big out there who you can put in the corner
Yeah,
and he can knock them down too.
and you got Malik, of course, out
And,
there.
I mean, yeah, and then you have Malik, and like I said, and it's not like Billy's bad,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So I'll be interested to see how that shakes out. Hopefully, all the guys can kind of embrace, roles. It will shake out some way where, I mean, not everyone's going to play 30 minutes. There's not enough of those minutes to go around. So that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
But
and the one and the bucket Wagner got there in the second half was a big bucket.
oh
Like
yeah,
we needed every. It felt like every single time we scored, it was like, shoo, because I did not want to see that get down to like
oh dude, you know what?
two.
His other bucket, like the Wagner three,
Mm-hmm.
that A cuff hit, that pass is ridiculous.
Both of those were big buckets. I mean, for him to hit. So yeah, I mean, I hope he can figure out a way to get him in there more because, like I said, I think he can help the team.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep. Um,
There's less
and-
to say when you play well and you win.
yeah, I mean,
I need something to complain about to rant more.
well, I'm just, um, I'm hopeful that they will sort of be like, man, that feels so much better. Then let's do that. And I know that sounds simple, but sometimes it is like that, where you're just like, hey, see what happens? Like you're dog tired, aren't you? Like you guys are exhausted, but you won. And like, isn't that so worth it? And that's what it's going to take, And so, yeah, it's not like a must win. It's not like your season's over if you don't. But like you're like, come on, man. Like you've got five opportunities in the non-con to get for signature wins. You didn't want to go 0-3 to start them. It's like, okay, you got one. All right, now we got Texas Tech and Houston left. Let's go get those. I'm not saying you're going to win both of those, but you know you can now. You're like, hey, we can beat good teams here. Let's go do that.
Yeah, and like I said, it would have been nice to maybe play them even in the second half and win by 18 to 20 points. That would have been nice. It would have been awesome to out completely a dog them and stretch it by 10 and beat Louisville by 30. That would have been awesome. But they're the number 6 team in the country. They're
Yeah.
undefeated. Like, I'll take it.
Oh
Like
yeah,
we
no,
made
I'll
some
take it.
mistake. We made some mistakes. I think there's positions where we can even play better and smarter. But I mean, everything we've been asking, they got easier buckets, although they still had the hard ones. They still had the difficult ones, but they had more easy ones, more dunks, more layups, more free throws, more of the ones that are high percentage shots, and then we'll take the late in the shot clock weird shots that aren't as high a percentage.
Yeah.
But we weren't completely settling, and most of it was just from being aggressive. And I'll take credit for Louisville not shooting well in the first half.
Hmm.
The reason, I
Yeah.
mean, you've played basketball. The reason they weren't shooting well wasn't an accident. It was because the energy had them shook.
Yeah. Well,
They
those
just had a
weren't.
little bit of a hitch in their shot because they were getting punked. That they were getting smacked around that first half.
Well, there's a difference between open enough to get this shot off and open and in rhythm getting this shot off. And in the first, like we didn't let them, unless it was like a loose ball scramble or maybe an offensive rebound, a little long rebound or something. But in the sort of just the half court, we didn't let them get a lot of like, hey, I'm open in rhythm. A lot of those
But
were
they
like,
even
I can.
made those same shots in the second half, but the difference was mojo.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, they didn't have the flow in the first half, and that was partially credit. I mean, I think you can give them, like, if I'm their coach, I'm blaming them 50% because you came out and you didn't play with energy and we smacked you in the face. And then and I mean, everybody's been that, like, when you're shooting with rhythm, with
Yeah.
I mean, and like I said, you can the same exact shot, the same exact amount of defense, the same position, the same distance. When you've got the flow, dude, you just have the spring in your step. You're on your toes, your body's working with your mind in that flow state versus you're gripping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're annoyed that guy's been hand checking you and put up in your business the whole time. You're like you haven't come to play like this. And they did, and credit to them. I mean, they did in the second half, and they're a really good team. And like I said, I mean, undefeated team, sixth in the country. I'll take it. And especially, they beat Kentucky on the road, and I did not. We've been in this. Not that we hit, like, it matters what happens with Kentucky, but we definitely have been, like, both of these franchises now are kind of side eyeing one another, and
Yeah.
I feel like we have been better than Kentucky, but we don't have any of the receipts to prove it. I mean, it's like, okay, we lost to Michigan State by 3 at their place. They lost to Michigan State by 20 and a neutral site, that means that's better for us, but you still lost.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there is no moral victory. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, and they've played three good teams, lost to all of them, and we were about to do the same thing if we lost this game. You know what I mean? It's like, so,
No, that's a good that's good. And just that you're not, I don't want to fall. I don't want to fall out of the top 25. I mean, I know it doesn't really mean much right now, but you're gonna now you're gonna climb a little bit. Let's just stay in the top 25 all year? Can we just do that and like, not have it be a thing where it's like, man, Arkansas went on a little run in the tournament, won a game, won two games. Like, let's be a team that is expected to do that. Let's be used to winning by the time we get to March. And I'm not saying
mm,
you have to win every game. You're not going to do that, but um, this is good. I mean, this is
but let's not
good.
lose five in a row in the SEC.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that at all. So also, dude, the ACC, SEC, I mean, the SEC needs us to do this. Good Lord, what is happening?
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time rooting for the SEC team sometimes. I'm not one of those people. Me and Kevin were talking about this the other day. He says they print all these shirts that are just like SEC shirts and
Yeah.
stuff. He's like, and there's people chant the SEC, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, it's not that I sometimes I like it like in football where it's like, yeah, all right. If it's there, I guess an SEC team can win because we're the dominant football
Maybe,
power or
maybe,
whatever.
maybe like in March Madness, like if that's like I'll root for the SEC to do well, like in the tournament, and um,
But dude, I got to
depend
tell you, I dislike in football. I dislike Texas A&M more than I dislike
anyone.
I mean, who Clemson? Like, I don't care. We don't play them. I've been getting my ass kicked by Texas A&M for 10 years, and I can't figure out how or why. And it's the same thing. It's like, I mean, I don't want to. I can't stand Alabama. I don't like LSU. I don't like Ole Miss. I don't want those teams to do well. And so have been half watching these games and going, I don't know. I mean, because actually the thing is, I actually like Michigan State. I like their logo. I like their coach. And I'm like, kind of rooting for Michigan State, especially now that they've beat us. So that makes us look better. But to what you've been saying is like, there's a certain point I'm like, well, I don't want to lose. I don't want the SEC to just be a rag doll for everybody. Come on, we got to win a game somewhere. Every
Yeah,
game I watch, the SEC is losing.
yeah, yeah. So I think I think we got. I haven't checked. I can check right now. Live. I think we might have evened it up. Because it was 6-3 going into these games. Let's see here.
Was it only that bad?
Yeah, the ACC won 6 out of 9.
I feel like
Uh,
Michigan is has beat 8 SEC teams already.
oh no, I just mean in this ACC challenge, SEC challenge. Just
I got you.
yesterday
I
did.
got
Yes.
you. I thought you meant all season.
No. So we're in the ACC SEC challenge that's going on yesterday and today. The first 9 games that were all yesterday, the ACC won 6 of them, which I was like, well, I don't know. Come on, SEC, let's not do that. So
Mm-hmm.
now we won, Alabama won, LSU won, so it's now tied 6-6 with 4 games going on right now. So you can win 2 of those, maybe you split it, you can go or something, but or win 3 of them and win it, win the challenge. But because I don't want the ACC to be like, oh yeah, the ACC is a better conference than the SEC. I don't need that. Like I need to be
Well,
still.
I can take that. I can take them having. We were the best conference last year. They can be the best conference by a little if they've got they've got the best
Well, they're not the
teams. But
best. I think the Big Ten's the best conference. I don't want to be third.
well, yeah, that's true. And I definitely don't want to be. I don't want you don't want your conference to be totally bitched out where like your wins don't matter as
No,
much.
no,
You
that's
know
what
what
I
I
mean.
mean?
That's
Like,
what I mean. I'm not looking for any SEC victories to become quad twos. I
yeah,
don't need that.
exactly.
So, all right, man. Well,
All
win
right.
big. That was a great win. Hey, Trevin, get some ice, bro. Like I'm gonna need that to not be lingering or anything. We need to make sure that that's good. You looked all right, so get that thing all rested up, and dude, we'll do it again on Saturday.
Let's do it.
All right,
See
man.
you
See
guys.
ya.